Tonight we talk about football, parents behaving badly, and we have a conversation with our brand new police chief. Roll it, Scott. Well, how's it going? Hopefully you had a great week and you're ready to get into the weekend as we round the corner in the football season. But tonight we got a conversation with our new police chief, TJ Morse, who's here with us in studio for the first time on the show to talk about getting this job. Now, you and I have known each other for a very long time, so I'm going to ask you a question on air that I've asked you before. Why toss your name into the hat for this job?
So when the opening came available, Chief Paul announced his retirement and it looked like we were going to need a new chief. I've always been somebody that when something needed to be done, step up to the plate and do it. So I saw that there was a need. I saw the department, some things needed to be done with inside the department, some things needed to be done on the outside with the community, and I thought, who better to do the job than me?
So what experience, you were previously with the academy, so you were bringing in the newly minted officers who were going to be a part of the Baton Rouge Police Department. What skill set do you think you bring to this job to have a benefit to your department?
So I have a unique experience, especially coming from within the department, 15 years on SWAT. Last 7.5 years or so being at the training academy. So I get to put my hands on everybody inside the department through in-service training. Of course, all the new officers, train them. Anybody that's been hired within the last 7.5 years, directly train them. So I come with a unique experience of getting to know the men and women of the Baton Rouge Police Department, and then also getting to teach a lot of just civilian classes when it comes to our civilian academy, our women's self-defense, concealed carry classes, things like that. I've got to deal with the community a lot.
Yeah, I know that's one thing that, again, being in the training academy, having worked in SWAT, that you've been in the streets, you know the reality in the neighborhoods where crime is at its worst. So as you come in and you've had a few days now to look around your department now from the C-suite and analyze everything you have and everything you need, what would you say would be the top assets that you recognize coming in that you know you got working like a smoothly run machine, and then what are the liabilities that you have to address immediately?
So our department, let me just first say, our department is top tier, top notch. I don't think we get the recognition a lot of times that we deserve across the country. We're in the press, and when we do make mistakes, we need to own up to those 100%. But 99% of our officers are law enforcement professionals that are doing a great job. And the department as a whole, I get to travel the country a lot, taking classes, teaching classes, and doing that, I see that Baton Rouge Police Department is a premier law enforcement agency across the country. So we have a lot of things that are going really well, a lot of things that are happening smoothly.
Like what?
Specifically, I think our training academy, not to be biased because that's where I come from, right? But our training, we offer we mandate that our officers go through about 2 times the minimum number of hours that is required by post to be a police officer in the state of Louisiana. We do double the amount of recurring training minimum a year, plus all the other additional classes that we give just because we feel that we need to when it comes to duty intervene, procedural justice, the bias-based training, all the scenario-based training that we do. Training is our top notch. Other areas, we shine in a lot of aspects. Our SWAT team across the country is recognized as being really good. Our motorcycle division wins competitions all over the place. Our boots on the ground and our guys out there doing good work. Our medical program. In 2016, we stepped up our medical program, issuing officers first aid and trauma kits. So we average about somewhere between 75 and 100 uses of those medical kits, whether it's putting on tourniquets to stop somebody from bleeding, or chest seals, or administering CPR, and now Narcan. All of our officers are issued Narcan, and we use that regularly as well.
What do you have to fix now coming in?
So I think the main things going forward that we're going to have to fix, and I'm having these listening sessions not only in the community but with the department as well, is morale, officer well-being, just mental health, wellness, and then on the community side, just building that trust back. We took a hit with the Brave Cave investigation that I'm stepping into, hitting the ground running, been getting briefings on that. We took a big hit with community trust and faith, and so restoring that is top priority for me as well.
So you brought up Brave Cave, and I know that taking over the job, you've got to come in and understand what the situation is. Look, not my first rodeo. I know there are things about this you cannot talk about because it's an ongoing process, but how could this happen? Is that something you can speak to? Like, how could this be happening inside the department and so many people in charge not know about it?
So, like you said, a lot of it I'm not going to speak on right now. Top goal definitely is transparency, and we're going to have those conversations very soon in the near future. But it is definitely something I'm looking at, because I believe one of the quotes I like is, "Those that don't learn from history are destined to repeat it." Mm-hmm. So we do not want to make the same mistakes we've made in the past. So we're going to look at whether it was a failure on supervision, whether it's a failure in oversight. What are those failures that happened, so that we can make sure that we don't make those same mistakes?
When we come back from commercial break, I want to talk with you a little bit about the public's confidence in your agency, and then your goals, both overall for BRPD and then for you as police chief. We're talking with new police chief TJ Morse about what's happening at the Baton Rouge Police Department. Still to come in the show, Matt Moscone is going to be here. I don't know why, but he's going to be here to talk about the football season that's rounding to a close. And then what about some of these parents out there at soccer games and football? Got somebody to talk about that too. Back in just a moment. Still talking with Chief Morse. Are you used to being called that yet?
It's still sinking in, slowly but surely. Things happen. I got being recognized out in public and people coming up to me. It's like, oh yeah, that's me.
And so you're still in the honeymoon phase right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, this is the South. Those don't last long down here. So we talked about, you mentioned Brave Cave going into break and then working with the community to build trust. What's your approach to that, and to building more trust with the community in your department?
So I think most people that I've talked to, it's more of a, hey, don't tell me, but show me. Mm-hmm. And that's going to take time, unfortunately. And I hope that they pay attention to what I'm doing, to what the department's doing. Give us a chance to earn that trust back.
You're one of the younger police chiefs to have ever been appointed to this department, and you talked about your experience in different areas from SWAT to the training academy. Your perspective, being a younger chief, is different. How do you describe how you view being a police officer versus any of your predecessors or even some of your colleagues in law enforcement?
So my motto on being a police officer is very simple. One, I think it's a calling. Mm-hmm. It's not just a job, it's not just something you do, but it's something you are and something you live. And then two, it's all about being that law enforcement professional. You don't have the luxury of getting your feelings hurt, and you don't have the luxury of having a bad day sometimes, right? We all go through them, but it's, even though things are going on in my personal life, I turn it on to be that law enforcement professional. That's kind of my view. And then taking every day, reason I chose local law enforcement over going the federal route, which is what I thought I was going to do. Going to LSU, graduating from LSU with a computer degree, I always thought I was going to go that federal route, but I chose local law enforcement because this is where you can make a difference. You can make a difference in community. You can really see the change that you're making to people. Just coming up, working in North Baton Rouge, 1st District, Gus Young was my stomping ground for 4 or 5 years. I was able to make a lot of connections in that area with the people, seeing that I could actually help and reach out to people.
So that is a fantastic segue to what I was going to ask you next. The Gus Young area and communities that look like that are very near and dear to my heart. The disinvested parts of our community, I do think we have a responsibility to always reach back, always help, especially those who are in tough spots. I know you would agree that while people on the outside think that those communities don't want to see police, they want to see police more.
Yes.
They want to interact with police more. We commissioned, the foundation I'm a part of commissioned a study done by Southern University, and one of the things that they found is the community says, not only do we want to see more cops, we want to see more white cops. So how do you get into those communities and build that trust? Because that trust is essential to helping with crime.
Yeah, 1,000%. We need the community's help. I've said it over and over again. It is not just a police matter, but it's an everyone matter, getting down crime, especially violent crime, and we need the community's help. We need those eyes and ears on the street. And that is just a everyday talking to people, and not talking from I'm up here and you're down here, but talking on the same level. Cops are the community and the community are cops. We come from the same place and we have the same goal to wanting to help and decrease crime and make everyone's life just overall better.
Got about a minute. What are your goals for 2024? For you and for your department?
Yeah, so goals for 2024 is right now laid out my 100-day plan. which is gather, gain, and give. Right now, I'm going through that gather phase where I'm just trying to have as many meetings, talk to as many people as I can. And overall goals is going to be reduce crime, make better quality of life for people, and then build that trust with the community so that we can work together to accomplish that.
Well, look, one of these times that we're out in the community doing some stuff, I'll give you a call to come out there, because I think it's important for them to touch and see and communicate with their chief. Jeff LaDuff was great at it. Chief Paul did it, and I know you're going to be focused on doing that too.
Yes, sir, definitely.
So, not the first time we're going to talk, brother. I appreciate you coming.
I really appreciate it, Clay.
Let's talk about parents and the way some of the parents behave at sports events. But first, check this out. This is a community event happening in District 10 at the Leo S. Butler Center. Now, it's for kids ages, 3 to 8, or grades 3 to 8. So check that out. Leo S. Butler Center going on right now. Hands on our children.